Are we ready? This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to New York Islands. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Truth, not Trump! 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 This is what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show us what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show us what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! It's really important this coming week to pound on them. The American Health Care Act is going to come to the Senate floor. They're going to try to push it through. This GOP is a criminal fiasco. And they're going to try to push this health care plan through. And it's really just a shift of wealth back further up to the top 1%. So we need to hammer them. Cards, calls, letters, emails are very effective. If we can keep their staff responding to mail, email, phone calls, we can keep them busy, they can't work against us.
No for-profit president!
No for-profit president! No for-profit president! No for-profit president!
We have no global warming.
No global warming.
We have no global warming. No such thing. No such thing.
I've just been inspired by every movement, from the peace movement to the civil rights movement in the 60s, and this is something that I am so happy to be a part of because it's changing the world for the better, and I'm getting to actually come out here and make a difference. And as a young person, I think every young person should be involved because this is their future that we are creating, and it's our future in the making, and we cannot just not care and stand aside. We can't be indifferent because that is one of the worst things we can be as young people.
I believe it's critically important as an American that we stand up for the values and the freedoms that made this country great. And what we're seeing now is we're seeing these freedoms and our country being led in a direction that's going to be hurtful and harmful to many, many Americans.
Well, it's becoming more and more likely that Trump and his team has colluded with Russia, going even years before the election. And as citizens of this country, we very much have the right to know everything there is to know about that, because this is completely unprecedented that a president has colluded to possibly such a great extent with a foreign power.
So the purpose of today's event was to bring to our members of Congress, bring to their attention that we want them to call for an independent commission to investigate Donald Trump and his associations with the campaign, and the FBI has discovered that the Russians have interfered with our election process, and that there's some reason to think that Donald Trump might have been colluding with them, and we need an investigation to find out those answers. And we also want we want to know his business dealings, his connections with other foreign agents, and his business dealings. So we're asking Congress to have him release his taxes so that we can look at that. We also want as much information from this investigation as possible that can be given to the public, and we want it as soon as possible. And we're also demanding that if some collusion or some laws have been broken, if some of these things are discovered in the investigation, we want to see prosecutions. We don't want to see a fall guy set up and then later exonerated, and we don't want to take 3 years for impeachment. With the actions that he's taking, we think it'll be too much damage done in that amount of time. So we just don't feel he's fit to govern the country, and we want a good look into that.